Never gonna back down. She ready. Ooh, yeah, she wearing that crown. She ready. Ooh, she ready. She walking and talking, no faking, creating a new path for others to follow. She blazing.
And happy Wednesdays, my beautiful enchiladas. It is Tori, the Hope Dealer of Guided Intuition, and I am here to do your daily guidance, your daily spiritual message, your daily reflection, depending on what part of the world you live on and what time you are seeing this, honey, because guided intuition is everywhere. All right. So, but it doesn't matter whenever this message shows up in your life. All right. That is when it's meant for you. Okay. Time is an illusion. It does not exist. It is never too early. It is never too late. The only thing that matters is right now, because right now in this moment is where your power is, okay? Where you are literally creating worlds, where you are literally creating realities, okay? And opportunities. This moment right here, the decisions that we make, you watching this video is going to shift, okay, your life, your mental state. It's going to help make the magic. So right now in this moment is all that matters. Live in the moment. Live in the moment, okay? So, my love muffins, I hope that you have already meditated. If you haven't, or even if you did, down below in the description box, there is this beautiful soul. I did her amazing meditations. It was like the best 9 minutes of my life. All right? And you know what? Sometimes, I don't know if anybody else, but sometimes, especially me being a Sagittarius, we can get, I know I can't, let me stop saying we, I can get, accustomed to doing something over and over, and it just becomes second nature. But I always like to reflect, okay, and remember the why of why I do things. And like I told you, meditation is the plug for me. A beautiful soul via Instagram, and his Instagram is 90s Guru. That's 90s Guru _. I'm gonna tag it in here, but I was watching a story, and the thing that he said was, there is something very powerful about the full release during meditation. When that final muscle relaxes, you can feel your soul lift and lighten. Never in my life have I found so much gain in letting go. And that hit me on a whole nother level. It just hit different when you have experienced that. And in that meditation that I'm telling you guys about, literally, that's what happened. And at first, like, her method, I was like, what are we doing? But, I'm a Sagittarius. I'm all about being open and trying things. And, if it works, it works. If it doesn't, it doesn't. Get up, keep it moving, Take what's for you and leave the rest. But it was so beautiful. And I was so scared because, just her method of what she said, suck the pain in. I'm like, what? I'm trying to release the pain, not suck it in. But she talked about how our heart, is basically, she uses big word that I'm not even going to attempt to say, but in a sense, basically, like, those things we put on the faucet, like, that purifies the water, that's what our heart does and stuff. So, and she was right. Like, it was so amazing. But you guys will experience that and come back here, tag me in the comments, because I will see it and I will be getting to all the comments. But when I did that meditation, and being that it was like, I didn't really agree with what she was saying, but my intuition was like, just try it, just chill, Tori. Let those guards down, let her in. And it took me to be open and vulnerable, getting to why we are here today, vulnerable, to do that. And when I opened up, when I said okay, and I was vulnerable, and I let this beautiful soul inside, and I, didn't build up a wall, or, I let my guard down and really let her in, and really have that moment, a lot changed in that moment, okay? And why we are sitting here with this divine message from the divine. But anyways, I hope that you have, meditated, like I said, really did something on a spiritual level to really feet, your soul, your mind, your spirit, all of the above, okay? And I hope that you have looked in the mirror. All right, I bought a big ass mirror to put in my room, because I used to have to go to the bathroom or turn my phone around in selfie mode, whatever. But I look up in there, honey. I look in that mirror and I give Tori attention and time, and I really love on her. I look at her body. I give her compliments like, girl, you doing, girl, look at that. Girl, look at you now. Yes, girl, look at you. Trying to go, girl, stack back there. Yes, look at you. Girl, look at them titties sitting up nice. You feel me? I just really getting in that mindset of really loving on yourself and really congratulating yourself in the mirror. Look at you. You need to look at you when you do that. Okay? Give yourself that attention, because as I was going through my poetries and looking at my books and, getting some things in line, I was brought back to a title, and it's called The Greatest Love Story Ever Told. And that is the love story between the relationship with me and me, because that is the most important relationship. So it's important for you to spill words of love, beauty, and affirmations over yourself. It's important for you to look at yourself in the mirror. I know it may sound weird, talking to yourself, letting yourself know that you got this, that you can do it. These things are so important, okay? So important. And I know y'all haven't been hearing me say that, because I was like, you know what? I know my love muffins know, but no, I'm going to do it every day. I know you know, but I'm an extra know that we know, All right. So with that being said, my love muffins, I'm going to go ahead and get into this beautiful message that the divine has placed on my heart. I'm sorry, guys. I'm trying to get my notes because I was in meditation. And, what in this moment, whether you're watching it Wednesday or whenever you're watching it, in this moment, okay, this moment is really asking for vulnerability, okay? And I really want to explain vulnerability, because the definition of vulnerability, that shit is fucked up. It's all kinds of scary vibes on it. I'm going to read it to y'all. All right. It says vulnerability. Okay, the quality or state of being exposed. I mean, that sounds scary alone. To the possibility of being attacked or harmed, either physically or emotionally. Wow. I mean, who would want to be vulnerable with just that there? But we know that it's all about your perspective. So whoever came up with the definition of vulnerability, we don't know what kind of mindset they were in. We don't know what they experienced. They made their assumptions about what vulnerability is, and I don't care what fucking credentials they have. At the end of the day, we all figuring it out. They on our level, just like y'all on my level. That's why y'all be like, Tori, oh my God, so much in you. You got the same thing in you. We're the same, okay? But that's their perspective, because when I've experienced being vulnerable, that's one side of the spectrum. You get what I'm saying? But there's another side to vulnerability. But we know that wherever our attention goes, all right, is what's going to manifest on. So how are you looking at vulnerability? Maybe we need to look at ourselves, because like that definition, I wouldn't want to be vulnerable. You get what I'm saying? And we take that side and we accept that. That is truth. Just how it's sometimes so much easier. This is why it's important to look in that mirror and have that one-on-one with yourself and have that time and that love with yourself, guys, because it's so easy for us to believe the fuck ups that we do in life. We can own those full-fledged, but let somebody love you down with some affirmations, tell you how amazing you're doing. You might believe it for a millisecond, but then afterwards, you go to second guessing yourself. You get what I'm saying? But we can accept the bad, but we can accept that somebody will cheat and somebody will manipulate, or that you have to be poor and stay in this position. But to think that, yes, you are a millionaire, that the same time and essence and energy that Beyonce or Oprah has, you have that same drive. It's hard, that we can't perceive that, but we can perceive the negative. That's just because we have to switch our perspective, all right, our perspective on things. And the reason why, because I really feel like vulnerability got a bad rap, just like pit bulls got a bad rap. Like they say that they're the most vicious dogs. Don't ever stare them in the eye. I think I have a picture of her. I'm going to insert my dog, KK. Actually, she's my sister's dog, but like she got two families. We know that we share her, and like I love her. And I remember when I seen her, she was so big and so massive, and I told my sister, like, "Oh no, we can't. No, why? Don't look at her." I said, "Don't look at me in the eyes." Like they don't like to be looked in the eyes, and I just remember like not wanting to be around this beautiful big dog. And I remember never forget the day we were at the park, and she ran over to me and like jumped jumped on my lap. And I was like, oh my God. I think here it is. She's going to do something to me. Let me not look in her eyes. But like this dog kept finding my head, looking at my head, looking at my head, and made me look at her. Like stare at her. And I kid you not, for a good 10 seconds, bearing into my soul. And to that day, and from that day forward, me and KK have been in like we are inseparable. Like like I let her like sleep in my bed. Like she likes me to brush her down with coconut oil, paint her toes. Like I love this dog, and this is a big dog, and we're just told that they're so vicious and they're so mean and they shouldn't be around kids. But she has 5 siblings because she's not. KK is like family. Like KK not a dog. I don't know. Like, but put it this way. She knows when her grandma comes around, my mom, she knows that, oh, it's time to go get treats. She goes, gets her leash to go to the car. But if I would have listened to that one perspective of how a pit bull is, I would have kept my guards up and never experienced how sweet and loving, I think I want to post a video in here, and I be like aggravating her and she just lets me do it because she doesn't like the phone and she always knows when I'm when I'm up to no good. Like she sleeps in the bed, like we got her own bed, like it's real. All right. I just honestly love this animal. And if had I listened to people's views and points, of this dog breed, I would have never came by her. They're aggressive. She ain't aggressive. Of course, if you're pissing her off or if you've been put her in circumstances, she has to protect herself. That's just like us. If we've been burned or bruised by a person or a situation, we're going to be cautious when we come into it. But that's not the whole story. But we take those moments or people's perspective and we make that our story. But we know here, all right, we know that me and you, we've been untraining that and undoing that, okay? And that's the same thing that we have to do with vulnerability. Because I'm going to tell you, in order to chase your dreams, in order to get the love that you desire, in order to share your vision with the world, in order to spread your wisdom, in order to really thrive and go after go after opportunities, it's going to take you to be vulnerable. It's going to take you to put yourself in situations that may feel uncomfortable, all right, to be blessed. It is. Do you know how uncomfortable it was for me to do guided intuition, especially coming from the background that I came? I was a praise and worship leader, meaning this is their definition. I ushered the people into the to the praise, or what is it? What is it called? Damn, look at me. I can't remember. The presence of God. Okay. Now that I know, I say that with so much funny because God is in you. God is with you. Never leaves. Do you understand me? You don't have to come a certain way or prepare yourself. All you have to do is quiet your mind so you can hear, but it's always there. Okay. So, coming from that, going, to church Monday through Sunday, honey, and nothing wrong, but I'm just saying Monday through Sunday, being such a, a high peeler, whatever that word is, in the church or looked upon and, telling, I like crystals. Okay. I like to meditate. I like the moon. I like to be naked under the moon and listen to gospel tunes. Like I like to burn sage and lay and read Romans 5:19. Like they weren't trying to hear that. That was a poem that I wrote called Woke with Jesus. Like wasn't nobody on that. They were like, you crazy? I like tarot cards. Like, do you know how uncomfortable it took for me to do that? The amount of vulnerability that I had to be open to receive. Okay, so I say this to say, I say all that to say, being vulnerable will lead you into some most beautiful situations and opportunities. Me being vulnerable is allowing me and you to have this moment. So I am so thankful that I dug deep inside of me and got that courage, okay, found it because it's already there, and really decided to say, this is what it is, okay? So I want to let you know, maybe there is something in your life that you really want to expand, you really want to get into, you really want to open up to. And that the thing that you've been asking for, how can I more abundance, have more financial freedom? How can I have the partner, that I desire? How can I do these things? And it requires you to be vulnerable. Okay? Because with being vulnerable, your intuition is going to give you the things to do. It's going to tell you, go here, try this. But if you're uptight and you're like, oh no, oh, that don't feel good. Like, I don't want to collab. I don't want to do all these things. You mean I got to let people inside of here, talking about myself, like doing things like that. You have to be able to be vulnerable to do that. Okay. So I went ahead and pulled some cards. Okay. Of like, if you decide to really allow vulnerability to flow in your life, okay, what will you have? What will you get? And I always tell you, I will never tell you guys anything that I have not done myself. This is why I like to share those stories, because they come from a real place. You get what I'm saying? It ain't nothing like somebody telling you something to do and they ain't did that shit. How, Sway? You get what I'm saying? Even though it is possible, I'm not going to lie to you, it is very possible, because it's a law. Do you understand me? Like the law of the land, the law of the universe. It works for anybody. But I have done it. So I know firsthand that is truly the way. Whatever you want to grow, whatever you want to sprout out, vulnerability is one of the main ingredients. Like, you cannot make it without being vulnerable, okay? Because being vulnerable releases the magic, okay? You will allow the magic to come in, because it's going to take you to be vulnerable to believe certain things, especially in the era that we are in and where we are going, okay? This is like 2019 and 20, like, it is the year of imagination, throwing logic out of the there's no more room for logic. And when I say logic, like believing that, if you believe that you're a millionaire, I'm pretty sure that you can find like 10 fucking things that's floating around that's saying, yeah, buddy, what are you doing? You get what I'm saying? But if you're flowing from vulnerability, if you're flowing from the magic, it really opens, the door, widens the door for any possibility to come in, because we know that what we believe is what we will achieve. Okay. So being vulnerable allows the belief to really be planted, okay, without being dug up by logic. Does that make any sense? Okay. So Spirit just gave me that. That just hit me on a whole nother level. You see how Spirit work? I didn't know we was going there, but you see, by me being open and receptive, where we just went. All right. Being vulnerable will place you in balance. Balance, because you need vulnerability. Okay. There are certain things that a lot of people are asking for, and it's theirs, but they're not being vulnerable to allow it to come in. So guess what leaves them? It leaves them feeling unbalanced. Okay. And also, one of the things with being vulnerable, there's a great awareness that comes with vulnerability. Maybe what you weren't aware of, some things that have been stopping you from allowing the balance in and allowing you to really, be balanced. Okay. With vulnerability, we get intimacy, those connections with beautiful, like-minded souls in relationships, friendships, business-ships, mentorships. You get what I'm saying? Like there's a lot that comes with being vulnerable. And I'm constantly pushing myself, especially in that department of intimacy. Because things have happened in the past with trust. I've all shared my story here with you guys, but you can't dwell on those things. You can't stay there. You get what I'm saying? That happened. I'm glad I learned that lesson. Okay. And there's this thing of no new friends, same, my Act Up by City Girls. You know what I'm saying? That song a little ratchet, but hey, that's my song. And she was like, I always sing the whole song up until the point of, same group of friends, ain't no adding to the pictures. I don't believe that. Because no, I do believe in making new connections, and it takes you to be vulnerable. So if people don't want people in their circle, or no, we can't do this. You have some trust issues, and usually when you have trust issues, it's hard for you to be vulnerable. Okay. But we know that we have to push past that, because being vulnerable allows transformation. Okay. And that's how you heal the trust issues that you have, by being vulnerable, by putting yourself out in situations to show you, look, baby, look, you're healed. Look how you reacted to this time. You didn't react to it the same way, but you have to be vulnerable. All right. Being vulnerable allows you to flow. Everything just will flow. Okay. It will just a natural flow, because when you're vulnerable, you are putting out, but when you're not vulnerable, you're holding back. So there's not a flow to go. You get what I'm saying? And honestly, when you are vulnerable, we have integrity. To me, that's truth. You're standing in your truth. People want to know, like, one of the things that I really want to, because I'm going to be doing it, because a lot of you guys have asked me, because I know that I deal with a lot of entrepreneurs just like me. I deal with a lot of people that are inspirational. There is some great gift that you have, and you're desiring to really, share it with the world. And one of the things that you have to be is vulnerable, and to be having successful, especially on YouTube. People like YouTube, is a whole nother, if you're trying to make it on YouTube, like, YouTube is a whole nother, they ain't playing with you. Okay. These people over here, I really feel like YouTube is really, you're dealing with some true empaths. They can see through bullshit. They can see when you're not being authentic. They can see when you're being truthful, and they love your truth. No matter what it is, they love your truth. They love you. Okay. And when you are being truthful, when you are being authentic, whether it's ratchet, whether it's hello, light and peace, whatever it is, whether it's you need to get your shit together. It doesn't matter. But as long as you are flowing in integrity, okay, you're going to make it. But you have to be truthful, because people can, especially on YouTube, smell right through the bullshit, They can smell it. Okay. And I want to do something to really help you guys. Just really, really, you entrepreneurs and you beautiful souls that desire to share your vision with the world, just really stand in your authentic truth, because that is so beautiful. Because with everything that you're hiding, do you know how many people are experiencing it and going through it? And my lovely K Moon told me that, so many people can be doing certain things, but it is how you do it. There are going to be people that vibe with you and get it when you say it, that didn't get it when someone else said it, even though we're saying practically the same thing. But the way that you say it, they're going to, understand that. But it takes you to be vulnerable, to really put yourself out there and really stand in your truth. Okay. And I really feel like with vulnerability, because all of these things are going to happen in your life, all the magic, everything's going to come into flow. It's really going to help change your belief. Okay. We have belief, but it's really going to help you see that, okay, this is real. All right. And when you know something is real and something is working, what do? You go get more of it. Okay. So this is why it's very important to be vulnerable. This is why this is needed from you. Okay. So yes. So now right here is going to be any ways I really feel like the divine feels like you can really open up and be vulnerable. Okay. So let's get to it. All right. So here we go. So the first thing that you can really do to open up to vulnerability is to release resistance. I don't even think we need to go for the definition of resistance. We all pretty much know what that means, but that's just basically the refusal to accept or comply with something. All right. The attempt to prevent something by action or argument. Okay. And coupled with that, we have the Eight of Swords. And anytime we see the Eight of Swords, we know that it's something that you are doing. Okay. Maybe something that you're reflecting on. Maybe you're too focused in the future of how it's going to happen, and you don't have this and you don't have that, and you're not this and you're not that. You get what I'm saying? That keeps you in this place. But with the Eight of Swords is an illusion. So maybe the resistance that you're creating is an illusion, that there really is no resistance. I know that sounds weird, but that's what Spirit just gave me. Because anytime we see the Eight of Swords is an illusion. You're keeping yourself there. There's nothing tying your hands, and there's a clear path. Okay? But maybe you've been, conditioned. This is why affirmations play that part, because affirmations will change this. I feel like this is something that's embedded deep in you. Okay, right here with this fire and the swords. This is a belief. This was programmed long ago. This is why affirmations will help change that. Affirmations, meditating, okay, just like the 90 Gurus said, it's a great release that happens. Okay. So keep that in mind right here. Keep that in mind, that there is nothing stopping you from whatever it is that you're desiring, whatever you want, but you. And maybe you getting out of your own way is you opening up and being vulnerable. Okay. Because I'm going to be, there's a message. Excuse me. So sorry. We're drinking coffee. There's a message that the divine has placed on my heart concerning love. Okay. For a lot of you, and I'm going to be doing a channel message for couples and singles, so we can really get the full effect. Okay. From each place, even in finances, there's something that you desire. Okay. And I really feel like in order to lift this resistance, okay, you have to see yourself in a new light, okay? And you have to be vulnerable. You have to be willing to be vulnerable. Maybe in order to be vulnerable, you have to see yourself in a new light. Because I feel like you're looking at your circumstances or what may be around you. But that's old manifestation. That's an old way of thinking that got you where you currently are. Your new way of thinking, that's why don't reflect on this. This is old. This candle is old. Someone thought about this, created it, and made it. It's already here. You get what I'm saying? Like, that's a thought that manifested. Okay? So my thing is, you have the power right now to create something else. All right? To change whatever it is. Whatever you see in your life that you don't want to see, that you don't like, it doesn't have to be there. It doesn't. And maybe I feel like, okay, I'm going to go here. I'm going to go here. I'm going to tell you something. And all right. And because I feel it in my spirit. So I want to talk about it. There's a lot that's being transformed in your life, especially with spirituality and, what we grew up on and what we are figuring out for ourselves. There is no wrong answer. There is no right. There is no wrong when it comes to spirituality, whether, Muslim, Hindu, Christian, Buddha, anything. There's no wrong. Okay. There's no right. It's what's best for you. And maybe you have been doing a situation or a circumstances how somebody else wanted you to do it, or what you just grew up on. And it's time for you to go deeper. You've already done this. You get what I'm saying? And that was one of my things of really, because I went through a phase where, I came out of religion, okay, and I went into God's grace. Ooh, and that was a time where I was listening to Joel Osteen, amazing still vibe. Prince of Jos, you know what I'm saying? Those are grace pastors. I went what was best for me. And then, I started seeing Tony Robbins and, what's his name? E.T. It's Monday. I started to go over there to Bill. And there's an amazing man that passed. Oh God, he's like from the 80s. I mean, his videos are ancient, but those things are gold. Jim Rowe, I think that's his name. He's the one that taught me about journaling and stuff. I mean, it's so many people. Like, I went over there. Then I went over there to Axe Angel. She's so sweet. And, then that brought me into, tarot. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was like, oh my God. But A part of me was so scared to let go of what I was conditioned to believe and to hold on, and but yet I was being pulled and called here, but I was scared to like really go there. Maybe there's something that you're being called to do, you're fascinated with, or you really want, but you're nervous. Okay, I want to let you know, be vulnerable, be open. There's nothing holding you to a place. Do whatever you want. I pull from everybody. I love everybody. I tell you guys, like, that's why I don't define myself to a, my bae gonna mess me up because she sent me a video on how to say this word. Sal, don't kill me. Oh my God, she taught me it. Oh, I think it's Pacific something. She's gonna kill me. Anyways, that word, don't hold yourself to something, okay? Listen, I don't hold myself to only one thing. I flow and get from everybody. Like, I can sit with you, grab what's for me, and when you say something that's not, I'm like, yeah, oh my God. And guess what? Don't let that thing in. When you are that way, it has opened me to connect with some beautiful souls, really expanded me to all of you beautiful souls, because true essence, okay, of unity is being able to be different, okay, and still being able to connect. That is true unity. We don't have to look alike. That's just like I said yesterday. If you looked at us, you will be like, okay, y'all look so different, but we're able to still flow, because what's in us that's all the same is love. Love, the divine. No matter many of names, God is all things, okay? And maybe you were conditioned to believe that it's only one, but God is in all things. And when I really tapped into that, when I really touched that, when I really let those walls down, when I really stopped, heard, just really stopped judging people and allowed them to be, okay? But I had to first allow me to be and be comfortable in myself, okay, and what I believe and what's best for me. And I was able to just really flow. You get what I'm saying? Because there's one of my love muffins, my Aries. She has a channel here, and there's like this meditation that she did. There's like 30 minutes. It was like this forgiveness meditation, and it's this guy, and he's like giving you these words like bone chuck and stuff to repeat, and I don't even know what those words were, but they felt good to my spirit. And when I did this meditation, and I didn't even know what we were saying, but it felt good to me. And most people are like, oh, that's crazy, you don't even know. No, why? I know that I'm protected. I know that nothing can harm me. Okay, that's in my belief. There's nothing that can touch me. There's nothing that can harm me. There's no spirits lurking to get inside. Like, I don't go by that shit. I don't believe in that, because whatever you believe, it's what is allowed, okay, to come in. I don't believe in that. You get what I'm saying? I don't believe in that. So, listen, maybe it's time for you to stop resisting, and I know it could be hard, hard to hear that, because at first it was hard for me to hear that. But I promise you, when you do that, it's really going to you're going to set yourself free and really open yourself up to some beautiful things to come in. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful things to come in. Okay. And next we have your sacral chakra. I told you, that's where we create. That's what feels good. That's our passion. And in order to really flow from your sacral chakra, you need vulnerability, because what you like or what I like, everybody might not like it, but you like it. You feel me? The Two of Cups. Two of Cups, yes, it deals with, we usually assort this with love, but it's a love of whatever. All right? This is an abundance card. All right? This is fulfillment right here. Okay? And I really feel like there's so much deliciousness that's in that sacral chakra. Waiting just to pour out and just really engulf yourself and really feel that pleasure that you deserve. Okay? But it's going to take you to be vulnerable to go there. All right? It's going to take you to be vulnerable to go there. All right? And the next card that we have is the crown chakra. And we know that that's spirituality. All right. So it's time for you to go on a spiritual level. Okay. That crown chakra. You get what I'm saying? Allowing that crown chakra to open. All right. Not to have such a resistance, being vulnerable, because there are some places that you got to go that it may look like, what the cluck? You know, when you think about energy, when you think about cord cutting, you get what I'm saying? There's this, this thing that you can do. Like if you say something that you truly want, truly desire, or you speak positive or any words, and then you just slightly pull your hands apart, right? And play with that energy. Play with that energy. You can literally feel that energy. You know what I'm saying? It's like, how can we do that? Like, I feel it. So I know they're not lying when they tell you to do this exercise. It's there. How can we explain that? How can we explain that? Okay? So it's time to throw logic out of the equation, because I feel like logic, and when I say logic, I mean it keeps you from allowing the magic in. All right? And it keeps you missing fabulous and beautiful opportunities. Open up to vulnerability, okay? Really open up to vulnerability, because it is going to really release some amazing opportunities in your life. But it's going to require you to really come into the Six of Cups energy. The essence of your soul, the innocence, okay? Like a childlike mentality. You see how the old couples reminiscing, they're realizing, because there's something innocent, okay, about a child. There's something pure. You're just eager to go there. There's not so many responsibilities. You get what I'm saying? And I'm really feeling like, for some of you, we have to work. We work in a 9 to 5 until you can have that dream be your 9 to 5. You're moonlighting. It's all right. In the sunlight, honey, you working on what you got to do. And in the moonlight, you on that dream. You on that vision. Keep it up. Okay? Keep it up. Because you will have the victory right here with the Four of Wands. A celebration, a coming together, and you being open and vulnerable. You know what I'm saying? To do that. Putting yourself in these positions is what's truly going to bring these opportunities towards you. And I know a lot of you beautiful souls that have really allowed yourself to be vulnerable when it comes to love, when it comes to finances, when it comes to yourself, when it comes to your dreams, your visions, your aspirations. It don't matter. Whatever, when you really allow vulnerability to come in, when you said, okay, I'm going to trust this situation, I'm going to trust this person, tell me amazing shit didn't happen. I know it did. Amazing things happen. Okay. And if you are sitting like, well, I opened up and such and such, see your perspective. You got to switch your perspective. Okay. That's a moment. That's a situation that it happened. I don't care if it happened 6 times, do it a 7th time. Okay. All right. Because you're not that same person that you are when you made that last decision. You've been healing. You've been growing. This is why I teach at the core of it, self-love, self-worth, and self-acceptance. Okay. Because with those few things, you're setting boundaries. Okay. You're in alignment. All right. You're ready to go. You're thinking clear. You're grounded. Okay. There's nothing that you can't have, can't do, can't be, can't see. You feel me? All right. So I love you so much, my beautiful love muffins and enchiladas. It was such an honor to read for you guys. I'm working on your love readings. I think we're going to release 3 today. And then like each day that I do, I'm going to release 3. Taurus, I got your video. I apologize. Okay. I thought I uploaded it, but it did not upload. But thank you so much for the love muffin that was like, Taurus not getting a monthly, this month. I was like, baby, I'm so sorry, but thank you so much for reminding me, love muffin. I'm getting on that. It will be out today. And I love you guys so freaking much. Go have an amazing Wednesday, or whenever you are watching this video. Don't forget to go outside, inhale deep, hug a tree for me and you. And as always, I'm sending you guys so much love, so much light, and so much peace. Also in that meditation, there comes a part when she says, inhale all of their pain and release it. And at that moment, I held all of my beautiful love muffins, guided intuitions, all 17 something thousand of you. I held you guys in my heart. And I asked the divine, I receive whatever it is that they are going through. All right. And I took it in and I breathed it out, transmuted it through my heart so you can really stand up and stand tall. Okay. And be who you are at your core. So as you are healing, I am sending healing vibes to you. And go be great, you beautiful souls.
A new path for others to follow, she blazing.